Hello guys, today we will take lesson 3 in unit 1, decimal numbers. What's the meaning of decimal numbers? Decimal numbers, it's a fraction with denominator 10 or 100 or 1000. It's a fraction, its denominator 10 or 100 or 1000. Like this. Here 7 over 10. This is fractions with denominator 10, so we can write it as a decimal number. How to write it as a decimal number? We will write 7 and we will put decimal points after one digit. Why? Because here you have only 1 0, so we will put decimal point after one place or one digit and put zeros here because I don't have any number here, digits here. Let's write it as a decimal number. Here, how many zeros? 1, 2. So we will count 2 digits, 1, 2, and we will put decimal point here. No whole number, so we will put zeros. Here, 3 zeros, so we will put decimal point after 3 digits, 3, 7, 5, decimal point 0. Here, this is called decimal number. This is called decimal number. Let's write example about decimal number. $249. Okay guys, this is decimal number. Decimal number formed from whole number and decimal part. Decimal points, we call this decimal points. So now I have decimal number formed from decimal part and whole number. Whole number. Let's learn how to read and write decimal number. If I have example like this, 0.7, we can read it 7 tenth, 7 tenth. If we take another example, 2, 5 over 10, let's write it as a decimal number. We will write 2 in whole part and decimal point 5. Why? We will put decimal point after one digit, so I will put it here. 2.5. We can read it 2 and 5 tenths, tenth, th guys, or 2.5. 2.5. Let's take another examples. Here, let's write this fractions, this mixed number as a decimal number. We want to write this mixed number as a decimal number. First, how many zeros here? 1, so we will put decimal point after one digit. We will count this in the numerator, 1, so we will put decimal point after one digit, 5 decimal point and 2 in whole. Here I have 1 in whole part, and let's count how many digits, how many zeros, 1, 2, so we will count 2 digits, only 1. What can we do? We will put zeros and put decimal point after it, 4, 0 and decimal point. How to read it? Let's read it. 1.4 or 1 and 4 hundredths. 1 and 4 hundredths. Here, let's write this mixed number as a decimal. Let's count how many digits. This is whole number, and we will count how many digits. 1, 2. I want 3 digits because I have 3 zeros here. 1, 2. So put zeros and put decimal point here. 5, 5, 3, 0. 27. 35 thousandths. Excuse me. Thousandths. So, to put decimal point, count how many zeros? 3 zeros. So count 3 digits. 1, 2. I want another digit here, so put 0 and put decimal point after 3 digits. Okay, guys. Now we want to know the place value and the value of the decimal number. Let's take example 249.573. Let's write the decimal as a place value of each number. Here is the place value. We took it in prime 3, 4, 5, anything. Units, tens, hundreds. This is the place value in whole parts, in the whole number. But here, what is the place value of each digit? We call this tenth, because this is decimal part, tenth. And this is hundredths. And this is thousandths. This is the place value. Let's write the value. Here we will write 5 and what in denominator? How many digits? No, this is only this is the first number after decimal point, so we will put 10. Tenth. So we will put 10. And here, let's write it 7. And here 100, because this is in hundredths. And here 3 thousandths in the denominator, because its place value is thousandths. We can write it also 5, 0.5 or 0.07. Why? Because here it's 100, 2 decimal places after decimal point, so we will put zeros. And here it's mean I have 3 decimal numbers, 3 decimal places, so we will put 2 zeros after 3. This is the place value and the value of the decimal number. Now let's learn how to convert from mixed number to a decimal number. First, we say that the decimal number, its fraction, its denominator is 10 or 100 or 1000. So, to convert from a mixed number to a decimal number, we must have in the denominator 10 or 100 or 1000. So, Let's see this example. 3 over 20. We want to make this 20, 10 or 100 or 1000. I have some friends, guys, we must know this. 2 by 5 equal 10. 4 by 25 equal 100. 8 by 125 equal 1000. So, first thing to convert 3 over 20 to decimal number, we will see what's in the denominator. 2. 20. 2. Which friend with 2? Yes, 5. So we will multiply it by 5 and here by 5. 3 over 5 equal 15. 0 will down. 2 by 5 equal 10. Now we can write it as a decimal number. Let's write it. Count how many zeros? 2. So put the decimal point after 2 digits. 1, 2, decimal point. No whole number, so put zeros. Let's take another example. 21 over 4. Okay, guys. What's the friend of 4 to make it 10 or 100 or 1000? Yes, 25 with 4 will be 100. So multiply it by 25. 25. We must do the same operation on the numerator. 4 by 25 equal 100. 21 by 25, where the result will be 525. Now, I have a fraction with denominator 100, so we can write it as decimal number. Let's count how many zeros? 2. Count 2 digits. 1, 2. So we will put decimal point here. Decimal point 5.25. Another example. 26 1 over 2. 1 over 25, guys, sorry. Let's remember, what's the friend with 25? Yes, excellent, 4. So multiply by 4 by 4. 26, 1 by 4 equal 4. 25 by 4 equal 100. So now we can write it as a decimal number because its denominator 100. Let's write it. We will put 26 in whole parts. Let's see. How many digits, how many zeros here? 2. 1, 2. So we will put decimal point after 2 digits. 1, 2. So we will put 0 and put decimal point here. So 26.04. 5, 1 over 10. It's very easy because I have here in the denominator 10. So we will write as a decimal number. Let's write it. We'll put 5 in whole number, and we will count how many zeros? 1. So we will put decimal point after 1 digit here. 5.1. 4, 3 over 5. 4 and 3 over 5. Let's convert it to decimal number. What can we do? Yes, 5. Which is the friend with 5? 2 by 2 by 2. So 4, 3 by 2 equals 6, 5 by 2 equals 10. So now we can write it as a decimal number, 4.6. Count how many zeros? 1. So we will put decimal point after 1 digit, after 6 here. So it's equal 4.6. Let's take another example. 14 over 20. Let's make this 20 10 or 100 or 1000. So we will multiply it by 5 because 2, its a friend is 5. down 0, 2 by 5 equal 10, and here 14 by 5 equal 70, 4 by 5 20, 0 and carry up 2, 1 by 5 5 plus 2 7. Cancel the 0 with the 0, 7 over 10, and we can write it as a decimal number 0.7. Now, the last example, write each of the following decimal number as an improper fraction. I have a decimal number and I want to write it as an improper fraction. Let's write it as an improper fraction. First, we can write it, ignore the decimal point, and write the number in the numerator, 453. We will ignore the decimal point and write the number 453 in the numerator. In the denominator, what can we write? We will count how many digits after decimal point? 1, 2. So 100 in the denominator. So 100 in the denominator. Now, let's answer the next example. 2.001. Let's write it as an improper fraction. Ignore the decimal points and write the number 2001. Let's write in the denominator, let's count how many digits? 1, 2, 3. How many digits after decimal point? 1, 2, 3. So we will write what? 1 with 3 zeros. It means 1000. Okay guys, the last example. 0.507. Ignore the decimal point and we will write the number 507. Let's count how many digits? 1, 2, 3. So we will put 1 with 3 zeros. It means 1000. The last example. 24.512. Let's write it as an improper fraction. Ignore the decimal point. Write the number 24,512. And let's count how many digits after decimal point? 1, 2, 3. So we will write 1 and put 3 0, 1000. Thank you guys.